The jungle of central Sri Lanka hums with life. Cicadas sing in long, pulsing waves, their sound mingling with the rustle of palm fronds swaying in the warm breeze. The air is thick, heavy with the scent of flowering vines and the earthy perfume of damp soil. And then, you see it, rising above the emerald canopy, a colossal pillar of rock, 200 meters high, like the prow of a stone ship frozen in mid-voyage. It is impossible to ignore. Sheer cliffs of rust-red stone streaked with charcoal black rise from a mantle of green, crowned with the faint outline of walls and terraces. This is Sigiriya, the Lion Rock, a place where history, legend, and ambition have fused into something almost mythical. To stand at its base is to feel the pull of a story that began more than 1,500 years ago and still refuses to release its mysteries. Today, Sigiriya is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, visited by travelers from around the world. But long before the selfie sticks and guided tours, it was a fortress, part palace, part pleasure garden, part monument to a king's will. The story, as it has come down to us, begins with a royal betrayal. In the 5th century, King Datusena ruled Anuradhapura, the great capital of ancient Sri Lanka. He had 2 sons, the elder, Kassapa, born of a non-royal consort, and the younger, Moggallana, born of the chief queen and therefore the rightful heir. But Kassapa, ambitious and unwilling to be passed over, staged a coup. With the help of his commander-in-chief, he seized the throne, imprisoned his father, and, if the chroniclers are to be believed, demanded to know where the king had hidden his treasure. The old king is said to have led Kassapa to a great reservoir he had built, spread his arms wide and declared, "This is my treasure." Enraged, Kassapa ordered him walled up alive. Moggallana fled to India, swearing to return with an army. And so Kassapa, knowing his brother's vengeance would come, sought a fortress no enemy could breach. He found it in Sigiriya. Imagine Kassapa standing at the foot of that rock, the jungle at his back, the cliffs soaring above him. The site was already sacred. Some evidence suggests it had been a monastic retreat for centuries. But Kassapa envisioned something more. Over the next 7 years, he transformed the Lion Rock into a citadel palace unlike anything the island had seen. Approaching Sigiriya in Kassapa's day, you would have passed through elaborate water gardens, pools and fountains fed by an ingenious hydraulic system, still functioning today after 1,500 years. Even in the dry season, the fountains could send shimmering arcs of water into the air. The symmetry and precision would have signaled one thing to visitors: the hand of a ruler who commanded both art and engineering. Beyond the gardens, the path narrows and begins to climb. Halfway up the rock face, an overhang shelters the famous frescoes, paintings of celestial maidens, their skin glowing like polished copper, adorned in fine jewelry, draped in diaphanous cloth. Their faces are serene, their eyes half closed, as if caught in some eternal moment between earth and sky. No one knows exactly who they are: goddesses, courtesans, symbolic representations of cloud and lightning. Only a fragment of the original paintings remains, but their vibrancy is undiminished by time. From there, the climb continues along a polished wall of granite, known as the Mirror Wall. In Kassapa's time, it was so highly polished that a man could see his reflection in it. Visitors carved poems into its surface, verses praising the beauty of the frescoes, the majesty of the king, and the thrill of the climb. Some of these inscriptions, dating back over 1,000 years, still whisper from the stone. At last, you reach the Lion Terrace. Here, in Kassapa's day, a colossal lion's head would have greeted you, carved from the living rock. Today, only the giant paws remain, flanking the steep stairway that leads to the summit. In those days, to pass between them would have been to enter the lion's mouth, a symbolic act of stepping into the king's protection, or perhaps his power. The summit is flat, covering nearly 2 acres. Here stood Kassapa's palace, pavilions, halls, pools carved into the rock itself. From this height, the view is endless. Forest stretching to the horizon, the faint glimmer of reservoirs in the distance. It was both a refuge and a statement. A king above all others, watching from his eyrie of stone. But for all his grandeur, Kasapa's reign ended in tragedy. True to his word, Moggallana returned from India with an army. Kasapa, confident in his fortress, descended to meet him in battle. The chronicles say that his war elephant, frightened by something in the fray, turned away. And Kasapa's troops, thinking he was retreating, broke ranks. Surrounded and abandoned, Kasapa took his own life rather than be captured. After his death, Moggallana returned the rock to the monks, and Sigiriya once again became a place of meditation. Centuries later, it was abandoned entirely, swallowed by the jungle until British explorers stumbled upon it in the 19th century. Yet the story of Sigiriya is not without its mysteries. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence suggesting that the site's origins may be far older than Kasapa, that it could have served as a fortress or ceremonial center in prehistoric times. Some of the hydraulic systems are so advanced that they seem to predate the 5th century by hundreds of years. Were they adapted from an earlier civilization? And if so, who built them? There are also theories that Sigiriya's design is not merely defensive, but symbolic. Some scholars believe the layout of the gardens, frescoes, and palace reflects a cosmic diagram, a recreation of the mythical abode of Kuvera, the god of wealth, who according to legend once ruled from this very rock. In this reading, Kasapa was not just building a fortress, he was casting himself as a divine ruler, his palace a model of heaven itself. And then there's the question of the frescoes. Their style is unlike other Sri Lankan art of the period, and their sheer number, originally they may have numbered in the hundreds, suggests they were central to the site's meaning. Were they meant to inspire awe in visitors, or were they part of a ritual procession up the rock? Were they earthly women or celestial nymphs? We may never know. Standing atop Sigiriya today, with the wind tugging at your clothes and the world spread out below, it's easy to understand why Kasapa chose this place. There is a feeling here, a mingling of beauty and danger, of isolation and command, that speaks to something deep in the human imagination. It is a reminder that power is never just about armies and walls. It is about vision, about the ability to shape the world around you into a reflection of your own myth. The Lion Rock is silent now. The gardens still shimmer. The frescoes still watch with half-lidded eyes. The mirror wall still holds the words of long-vanished travelers. But the man who built it, who turned a sacred monastic site into a fortress palace, is long gone, his bones lost to the earth, his story told and retold until history and legend are inseparable. Perhaps that is the true fortress of Sigiriya, not the walls of stone, but the walls of story, built so high and so strong that they have kept the place alive in human memory for 15 centuries. Thank you for joining me on this journey to the heights of the Lion Rock. I wonder, if you could stand where Kasapa once stood, looking out over the vast green sweep of Sri Lanka, would you feel like a king or simply a man in awe of the world? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, please like, comment, and share. It truly helps keep these stories alive.